Oh my God. I waited 2 years and watching his team play through 82 games this season with their potentially best period of the season to watch this mess in the first game of the postseason?
Yep, and this game right now is going to make or break this team's postseason this spring.
Preds lose 4-2 to the Vancouver Canucks in the first round, game one, inside Rogers Arena in Vancouver, BC.
Oh my God, oh my God. You know, I knew there was a risk going in that obviously the Preds were the underdog and that going on the road that they could very well lose game one, and I could have been able to handle that. But not like this. No, not like this. The Preds came out strong and weathered the storm that is the crowd in Rogers Arena in the first 10 minutes of the game when the Canucks had the pressure on them. And then later on, Jason Zucker scored on a great screen and tip goal. And it's like, that silences the crowd. It's like, good guys, that's what you need to do on the road. But then the second period, and Elias Lindholm's goal that I saw a lot of people thought that Saros should have had, but I thought maybe it was partially screened with Yossi fighting for the puck. But Saros seemed to bounce back from that because I think the Canucks had like 10 shots on goal in the second period, and he saw and stopped everything else. What was it? Halfway through the second period, the Preds went on the power play, the first of 3 power plays in that second period. But guess how many power plays they converted on? Just the one, just the first time. The Canucks were able to figure the Preds out after Ryan O'Reilly gave the Preds the lead through the rest of the second, preventing the Preds from getting another power play goal, which would have helped in the grand scheme of things. And then in the third period, the period that usually this season has been the Preds' bread and butter of putting teams away, putting their stamp. And it would have been great for the Preds to have stolen home ice advantage in this game. But alas, 9 minutes into the third period, Canucks are coming on after the Preds had multiple chances to get an insurance goal even in the third and can't. Well, 9 minutes, the Canucks finally get their legs under them through a screen. Saros, I don't want to hear anybody blame him for the tying goal. Quinn Hughes, the Canucks captain, gets it through a screen and in. I'm like, oh God, brand new game. Am I going to have to worry about overtime? No, I'm not going to have to worry about overtime. None of us are. Because 12 seconds, not even 12 seconds after the tying goal by Quinn Hughes, Connor Garland behind Saros' net gets a puck out front. I don't know what the heck Alexander Carrier was doing, not able to get the puck down. And Dakota Joshua is right there and just says, thank you. Saros is at his mercy. Dakota Joshua makes the Preds pay, puts it in the net, and in a matter of 12 seconds, the Preds have gone from up 2-1 to down 3-2. I do not want to see Alexander Carrier dressed for game 2. And you know what? If you want to take Lazon out because he didn't have the greatest game either, go right ahead. Put Dante Fabro back in the lineup, Bruno, please. I want to see what he can do because Carrier was absolutely terrible. And then by the end of the game, the Canucks were in their heads. They didn't have any answer to respond to this team. This is the adversity that they're going to have to face going into the second game because eventually Preds would try something by pulling Saros. This game really wasn't his fault when there's no help in front of him with a bounce back to that disaster 12 seconds. Dakota Joshua gets the empty netter and the Canucks win this one 4-2. You know what I want to see more of? I want to see a better power play plan. You know, getting one power play with a team like the Canucks when they take stupid mistakes, and there were, but you didn't make them pay, that's going to cost you games in this series. Phil Forsberg, I don't know what the heck he was doing. 48 beautiful goals this season. He's got to be better. This team is going to win or lose this series on him. The Canucks, I know, are the better team, but I know the Preds have more in them. And now we face the dilemma of the Preds' record of dropping game 1. I know there's some debate on Twitter, and I double and triple checked it. If you include the bubble year, okay, the bubble year, the Preds in series have won game 1 and then lost the series in 06 and 2010. The Preds otherwise, when dropping game 1, are 0 and 13. 0 and 13. I would like to see that streak snapped in my lifetime. I know there's no way the Preds are going to even come close to making that a 500 record. I wouldn't expect them to before I die. But I'd like to see at least one comeback in a series after they drop game 1. Of note, currently, 2018 against the Jets, 2019 against the Stars, 2020 in the bubble against the Coyotes, 2021 against the Hurricanes, 2022 against the Avs when they swept you, and now against the Canucks 2024. 6 straight game 1 losses. If anybody is going to break this streak, I believe it can be Bruno. Hopefully this year. If not, let's see what magic happens after this season, and we'll dissect it then. But hey, this game 1 is either going to make or break. It's either going to galvanize this group to say, we almost had this team. We almost got at least a split, maybe not more, in Vancouver. Well, you know what? Go back and batten down the hatches and play almost like you did for a full 60 minutes in game 2, and you can't possibly get the split in Vancouver going back to Nashville when you come home for game 3 on Friday. Otherwise, my worst nightmares might come to pass, that the Canucks might make short use of you if you don't somehow come out with the energy in games 2 or 3 of making this a long series. Shape up! So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media and interact with me during every Preds game by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. And don't confuse my frustration right now with giving up. I haven't given up. Okay? Game 2 is Tuesday.